Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Udoh, and every week I share content you can implement to master your personal finance and grow your wealth. So if this is your first time here, thank you for joining me. Today's topic is on whether you should save money or you should invest. Now, before we jump right in, I just want to have a little disclaimer. I am not a tax professional. I am not a financial advisor. I'm just a regular guy on YouTube sharing content with my fellow subscribers and my fellow YouTube neighbors. So now that we have that out of the way, let's jump right back into the video. Now, if you've been online for a while, I'm sure you've probably seen lots of videos on investing in crypto, on investing in real estate, on investing in general. However, there are certain things, there are certain fundamentals that you have to have out of the way. Just bear with me, I'm trying to get into traffic here. Unfortunately, nobody's waiting, as usual. Humans. So before we dive right in, there are certain fundamentals that you have to have out of the way before you can think of investing. Of course, no one wants to wait. Okay, now that we're back on the road. All right, so should you save money or should you invest? Now, my question to you is, before you start thinking of investing, there are certain things you need to have out of the way. For instance, do you have an emergency fund? Do you have a savings program where you have an emergency fund which is at least 3 months of your living expenses, preferably 6 months of your living expenses? Because what happens is most people get all fired up about investing, meanwhile they have no emergency fund or emergency savings. So when they get into a bind, which it's life, things happen. Murphy's Law, if you know that, you know, life is very fluid. So you might think everything is going great, then all of a sudden you're hit with a situation where, you know, you need some funds. So do you have an emergency fund? Do you have emergency savings in the event that you have an emergency? You won't have to liquidate your investments. So what happens is most people go ahead and they invest money in the stock market because they think that's the right thing to do, because there are lots of YouTube videos talking about investing in the stock market or investing in crypto. However, when you have an emergency, what do you end up doing? You either have to borrow money from family and friends, or you have to liquidate your holdings just to cover your emergency. So the first thing you want to do is you want to set up an emergency fund before you even think of investing. So the first thing you want to do is set up an emergency fund of at least 3 to 6 months worth of your living expenses. Once you have that out of the way, then you want to go ahead and start investing. Now, for me, the best investment that you can have for yourself is to start a business. I know everybody wants to invest in the stock market. Now, if you are employed, yes, you can dabble into the stock market through your 401k. You know, so for those that work for employers who still have a 9 to 5 or who still have a job, you know, you can set up a 401k if you really want to, you know, be exposed to the stock market and have deductions from your income every single week or every single month, depending on how you're paid. So that's a way for you to invest in the stock market. However, the best investment you can ever have is to invest in yourself. And when I say invest in yourself, you can invest in starting a business for yourself. That's one of the fastest ways for you to build your investments or to generate cash flow, which will in turn help you with other investments. So starting a business and running your business is one of the quickest ways for you to invest in yourself. So you want to make sure that, you know, yes, it's very sexy to invest in crypto. It's very sexy now to invest in the stock market. But unfortunately, you have no control over these situations. You have no control over the stock market. However, you have control over your business. Okay, you have control over what happens to your business. All right, so you want to make sure that you invest in yourself first before thinking of investing in crypto or investing in the stock market. Most people who are currently into crypto and in the stock market right now, they never tell you when they have a loss. They only tell you when they have a gain, which is so funny. You know, everybody's always talking about how much they made investing in the stock market. For you to truly, you know, get great returns from the stock market, you have to have a lot of money invested in there. You know, you can't just be investing $100 a month, average cost investing, and if you're in your 50s and you expect that, you know, by the time you get to 65, if that's the age you want to retire, you're gonna have all this money in the, you know, in your stock portfolio. It's never gonna happen. Okay, if you're younger, let's say you're in your 20s, yes, you can start investing $100 a month for the next 40 years, and maybe you'll end up with something, because don't forget, the stock market fluctuates. So if you are solely investing in the stock market, okay, the average returns, don't quote me on this, I'm not a financial advisor, but based on my research, the average returns for the stock market, if you're really fortunate, it's about 8%. That's what most financial advisors use when they're doing your computation to see how much money you will accumulate over a period of time. So most of them try to use 8%. Don't get me wrong, there are years where the stock market might, you know, average, you know, 15, 20, 25%, but overall, throughout the history of the stock market, you're looking at roughly probably about 7 to 8% return. So if you think just investing $100 a month, okay, will get you to financial freedom, you're wasting your time. All right, don't fall for this hype of investing $100 a month and you will get there. Yes, investing $100 a month might get you some savings, but that's not really going to make you financially independent or financially free in terms of, you know, investing. So it brings me back to the question, should you save money or should you invest money? It depends on where you are in life right now. So you might be someone who's young, or you might be someone who's a little older. The key is, do you have emergency funds set up? Do you have short-term funds set up, mid-term goals set up, and long-term savings set up? Once you have those out of the way, then you can now think of investing in either the stock market or crypto or whatever you want to invest in, real estate, whatever. You want to make sure that you have yourself set up correctly in the event of changes in the economy or changes in the marketplace. You will not be adversely affected. So don't fall into the trap of thinking you're missing out, you have to invest now, you have to get into the stock market. You know, don't get, you know, sidetracked with that. Make sure you're set up correctly. Make sure you have an emergency fund. Once you have your emergency fund and other things taken care of, and also, how much debt do you have? Do you have credit card debt? Do you still have personal loans? Do you have car loans? Do you have students loans? These are things that affect your cash flow, because there are expenses that take money out of your pocket. So before you start thinking of investing your money, make sure that you've eliminated or reduced some of this exposure, so that you have enough cash flow coming in that can warrant your investing. Now, if you're investing in your own business, that's perfect, because your business, hopefully you have everything going right, will churn out some cash flow for you, whereby you can use that cash flow towards saving for emergencies or paying down debt. Once you have those in place, then you can now start investing. So I hope you found this video very useful. If you found the video helpful, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, and also make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so YouTube will notify you of my latest video. So thank you so much again for joining me today, and as usual, make sure you share this video with someone you know might benefit from it. And I have a next video coming up shortly. It contains information you'll find very valuable, and I just want to thank all my subscribers for getting me to this point. We're almost close to 12,000 subscribers right now, so please, let's push. I think it's like 11,400 subscribers, so we need 600 more to get to 12,000. So please help me out there. Let's get this going, and I appreciate you all. So remember, be true to yourself, be true to your goals, and never ever give up. Take care. Bye bye.